Morning. Welcome to the May 14th, 2019 meeting of the Saline County Board of Commissioners. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Commissioner Shadwick?
Here.
Commissioner Sparks?
Here.
Commissioner Vidrickson?
Here.
Commissioner Weiss?
Here.
Commissioner White?
Here.
I ask that you would please stand and join me in the flag salute, followed by a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. We now move to the public forum portion of our meeting where the citizens may speak on county government, usually limited to 3 minutes, not pertaining to items that are on today's agenda.
Norman Salina attended the city commission meeting last night. They're discussing the issue of moving their study session out here so it can be recorded on video. This has been brought before your commission before, so do you want to follow them or go on your own? But give it some consideration. Other issues, why are we taking so long to bring issues up to discuss again? You brought them up in the past. And one commissioner mentioned maybe we need to clean up some of this stuff. Why are we taking so long to discuss it? So the issue of what I'm kind of interested in, you're wanting to purchase a communication system to cover the whole county. And the issue was, I heard someone say, well, it's a safety issue. Well, when is it a safety issue and when is it not? If you're going to fund that thing, then you're going to have to fund more safety issues in the county. So it's a matter of can we afford it first. But I'd like to see if you guys could move it a little faster on some of this stuff. I've heard that comment before. You can't seem to get things moved faster. Thanks.
Thank you. Anyone else wish to speak? Seeing none, bring it back to the commission for regular business. Item number 1.
Approve agenda for public forum as presented.
Mr. Chairman, I move we approve the agenda for the public forum as presented.
Second the motion.
Been moved and seconded that we approve today's agenda for the public forum. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion does carry. Item number 2.
RFA 146-19, bid award for a window van with Captain Jim Hughes, Sheriff's Office.
Morning, Captain Hughes.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
I come before you today with an RFA for a window van. This is going to replace a 1971 Jeep military truck that currently is owned by the Saline County Sheriff's Office. Sealed bids were opened May 2nd, and 2 bids were received. The bids were from Marshall Motors and Midway Motors. With trade, Marshall Motors came in at $18,935. Without trade, their bid was $22,935. Midway Motors out of McPherson, Kansas, with trade was at $20,454, and without trade, it was $22,454. The actions you can accept as in staff recommendations. You can reject a rebid or explore other options. The Sheriff's Office staff does recommend to purchase the 2019 Dodge Caravan with a trade from Marshall Motors in the amount of $18,935. And Marshall Motors is the low bidder.
Jim, tell me what this 1971 military Jeep truck was being used for.
Initially, it was purchased for floodwaters. So if we had places in the county that would flood, it was a high clearance vehicle that we could get into high water. Since then, we have got a boat, and it's a lot safer. The boat's a lot safer than taking this military Jeep down high flood water where you don't know what's under the road or what the road conditions are. Since then, since we've gotten the boat, we really haven't used the truck much. It's, as you all have seen, sitting over by the old juvenile center. It needs tires, or maintenance on it. really gets to us when we don't drive it.
Well, I guess my question would be then, if we're replacing a vehicle that we don't even use, why do we need another vehicle? What's it going to be used for?
The van that we're purchasing, you approved 2 new positions for transport officers not too long ago. Well, we need a vehicle for them to drive. So with the 2 new transport officers that we have, the trips that we're taking, we need a vehicle for those officers to drive.
Okay,
This van would
I
be
guess,
useful.
where my question's coming from or came from was the fact that this vehicle is replacing, and I would assume then that if it was replacing a military truck, that truck was being used for something, which it's not, but we are needing an additional van for transportation.
That's
is what-
correct.
is
Yeah,
what-
so we're using the military truck, obviously, as a trade-in for this due to we don't use it.
I would like to ask the administrators, it's glaringly obvious to me that Long MacArthur did not bid when they have in the past, just didn't return a bid?
That's correct. We send it out to, we have a list of about 6 to 8 usual dealers that we send this to, but anybody is available to bid on these.
I would like to ask you to follow that up with them. If there's an issue, we need to know about it, whatever. I do appreciate the way this bid is proposed, with the trade or without a trade. It gives us an option, and I'm amazed that they're offering $4,000 for the old truck, but maybe it's worth, probably, obviously, they've got something they can do with it, or they wouldn't. So, other questions or comments from the commissioners?
Jim, could you give a little history on the military truck?
Well, it's a 1971 Jeep
Understand.
truck, and it drives like a potato wagon going down the road, I can tell you that. But I think I can't remember exactly how we obtained it.
Through some fire grant or
I think so, and
something,
Yeah.
but we do have a free and clear title
Free and
on it.
clear title,
and
it's got a
so-
regular title. And if that answered your question, Commissioner, I might have a quick interjection to Commissioner Vidrickson. I don't think Ford makes a window van. I don't think that's why
Could be.
that you're not seeing the bids from them. The actual window vans anymore are made by Dodge. So Ford is concentrating, I think, their efforts on the transit vans type of deals. That might be why you're not seeing anything from a Ford dealership.
Okay. Roger?
Yeah, quick question here on this new van that's getting, will it have the cage put in already to separate the driver from the back, or is that something you guys install over here?
The petition's included in the
Oh,
in the bid, I believe, and so it'll have not the big insert that we asked for last time, but it'd be a partition between the driver and the passengers, the rear seat passengers.
Okay.
Captain, you can reassure us, though, that many of those military vehicles that were handed out to other entities, they had the stipulation that if it was ever abandoned or not needed, it would be returned to whether it be the forestry or whoever. But you do have clear title, and you do have the ability to trade this in.
Yes, sir, that is correct.
Okay.
Is there any public comment? Seeing none, I'll bring it back to the commission for possible action.
Mr. Chairman, I move we award the bid for a window van to Marshall Motors in the amount of $18,935 with trade-in.
Second the motion.
It's been moved and seconded that we approve RFA 146-19, a bid award for a window van with the trade-in from the amount of $18,935. Is there further discussion or questions? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. The motion does carry. We'll move on to item number 3.
RFA 147-19, bid award for a sedan with Captain Jim Hughes from the Sheriff's Office.
Good morning again, Jim.
Hello, hello. And the second request I have today is to purchase a 2019 police package sedan. And this vehicle will replace a 2003 Crown Victoria that is currently in service and has in excess of 135,000 miles on it. Again, sealed bids were opened May 2nd. One bid was received, and that was from Marshall Motors. The bid with trade was $38,244.27, and without trade, $38,994.27. Again, you can always accept the bid as recommended by staff. You can reject their bid and rebid, or you can explore other options. However, we do recommend to purchase the 2019 Dodge Police Charger with a trade-in from Marshall Motors in the amount of $38,244.27. Marshall Motors was the sole bidder. This is being funded out of the pre-approved EIP Improvement Fund. And with the purchase of this vehicle, if approved, that would leave us $5,202.73 in that fund.
Well, it looks good to me again. This is one, though, that I would really like to challenge the commission with and do this one without a trade. I mean, a 2003 Crown Victoria, even it's got 135,000 miles on it. I'd like to test the water on Purple Wave on this one for $700. I mean, it's worth something. I mean, all we're going to be doing is we could potentially lose $100 or $200. I think this is time to give this method of requesting for action, give it a trial run right here. I think this is a good opportunity to do that.
Agreed.
Other questions or comments from the commissioners? Is there any public comment? Seeing none, I'll bring it back to the commission for possible action.
Mr. Chairman, I move we award the bid for a sedan to Marshall Motors in the amount of $38,994.27 without trade-in.
Second the motion.
It's been moved and seconded that we award the bid for a sedan to Marshall Motor Companies in the amount of $38,994.27 without trade-in. And this is for RFA 147-19. Is there further comments or questions?
I don't have a problem with that. I don't mind testing the waters like you said. I just don't want to see a whole bunch of staff time be spent in the car dealership business. And so we can test it here, see how it works, and find out if it's a viable way to do it.
I would presume that we would put it on Purple Wave, just like we do a whole building full of things over there that are handled in the same manner.
We'll track that time and see, we'll kind of net all that together to see whether it was worth it or not, so. But this would be a good one to test.
Thank you.
The Blues Brothers might be looking for a Crown.
Very much so. There are quite a few of those cars running around town. The old Crown Vic hangs together pretty good. So, all right, that having been said, I will look for approval. It's been moved and seconded that we approve RFA 147-19 bid award for a sedan for the without trade-in. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion does carry. Move to item number 4.
Thank you.
Thank you.
RFA 145-19, bid award for an SUV with Annie Grievous, Community Corrections Director.
Good morning.
Good morning, Annie.
Community Corrections is requesting to accept the low bid for a 2019 Dodge Durango from Marshall Motors. The bid price with a trade-in allowance of $5,000 for a 2011 Jeep Patriot. The bid price would be $20,694. We did receive 5 bids, one from Marshall, 3 from Midway Motors, and 1 from Whiteside of St. Clairsville. The Marshall Motors was the 2000 Dodge Durango bid of $25,694, trade allowance of $5,000, so $20,694. Marshall Motors had 3 bids. One was a 2020 Dodge Durango for $26,494 with a $4,000 trade-in. Midwest Motors did a 2019 Dodge Durango for $26,494 with a trade-in of $4,000. Midway Motors did a 2020 Ford Explorer for $28,210 with a $4,000 trade-in allowance. And then Whiteside did a 2019 Chevy Traverse for $33,600 with a $2,860 trade-in. Andrew did add down there the state contract pricing for a 2019 Chevy Traverse is $26,059.75. So Community Corrections is asking to accept the low bid from Marshall Motors With the trade-in, the price would be $20,694. We have budgeted in our FY19 funds to purchase this vehicle. So the dollars are already in our budget from a carryover, so it's not an expense we weren't planning for. It's a perfect time to do it. The reason we're going from a smaller vehicle to a larger is that our staff now wear a lot of equipment, flak jackets, have a lot of equipment attached to theirs, plus we have a laptop that they carry from time to time to input while they're out in the field. There's always 2+ when you go out and do visits in the field day or night, and we're just finding that they need more room. They're just, and I have some big guys, and they need more room to get in there and be comfortable and have all their equipment. And so we're looking for that larger vehicle for that purpose.
You may have just answered my question, because I was going to ask you to elaborate on the need for a vehicle. I mean, does it not only to maybe say go to conferences or something like that, but they actually do it in their surveillance or when they...
Right.
But you have several corrections officers.
Right.
But only one vehicle?
No. We have several vehicles. I
Okay.
think we might have 5 total, but we have a small sedan for, traveling and things but we also have a van and we're actually going to replace one of our vans. And we also have a van that we can take clients. It's got the gate and everything in it. But we've had those for quite a while. We haven't fared well with the Jeep Patriot. It's just a really smaller unit
get it.
vehicle, and we tried it. We had 2, and it just isn't something that meets our needs. And we have so many officers now, and everybody has the extra equipment now because of what we're seeing in the field. So we just need a larger vehicle.
Are there further questions from the commissioners? Any public comment? Bring it back to the commission for possible action.
Mr. Chairman, I move we award the bid for a SUV to Marshall Motors in the amount of $20,694 with trade-in.
Second.
That's been moved and seconded that we approve RFA 145-19 bid award for SUV to Marshall Motors, the amount of $20,694 with a trade-in. Are there further comments? All those in favor of the motion say aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Motion does carry. Thank you. Is there any other business or announcements to come before the commission? I will say that we will be adjourning shortly into our adjoining meeting room, and we will have a study session along with the administrator's update and an executive session. So I would take a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second?
It's been moved and seconded that we adjourn today's meeting. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. We're adjourned.